Scorpio, you feel it, don't you? Do you feel that electricity coursing through your body when I say these words? That invisible current that confirms something is stirring deep within you? It's not paranoia. It's not your mind creating fantasies. It's real, it's urgent, and it's happening now as you listen. There is an ancient force awakening within you, an energy that has lain dormant for years, perhaps decades, waiting for the right moment to emerge. And that moment has arrived. Not tomorrow, not next week. Now, in this very instant, as your cells recognize the truth of these words, something incredible is being activated in the deepest core of your being. You're not prepared for this because no one can be prepared for what it means to fully awaken. It's like trying to prepare for an inner earthquake that will reorganize every piece of your existence. Every memory, every wound, every cherished dream, every part of you you've kept hidden from the world. It will all be exposed, transformed, reborn. And you know what's scariest? You always knew this was coming. Deep down, you always knew you weren't just another person living an ordinary life. You always felt this powerful force dormant within you, this capacity for transformation that haunted and fascinated you at the same time. You tried to ignore it, tried to live as if you were normal, as if you were just like everyone else, but you never could, because you were never just like everyone else. Can you feel this truth burning inside you right now? What's about to happen to you will challenge everything you think you know about yourself. It will tear the veil between who you pretend to be and who you truly are. And when that veil is torn, you'll see yourself with such intense clarity that you'll wonder how you managed to live so long in the darkness. But here's what the universe wants you to understand. This darkness was necessary. It was part of the process. You needed to go through it to develop the strength to withstand the light that's coming. Scorpio, you carry within you something most people can't even imagine. It's not just intuition. It's not just emotional intensity. It's an ability to see through illusion, to penetrate the deepest layers of reality, to access knowledge that exists beyond the physical veil. And this ability is about to be multiplied exponentially. In the coming weeks, you'll begin to see patterns that were previously invisible. You'll sense energies that others don't even perceive. You'll gain insights into situations and people that will startle you with their precision. You'll discover that you can influence the reality around you in ways that defy common logic. And at first, this will terrify you, because real power always frightens those who've never had access to it before. But don't run from fear. Fear is just your nervous system trying to adjust to a new frequency of existence. It's as if you've lived your whole life seeing only in black and white, and suddenly you can see all the colors. The initial intensity is overwhelming, but then it becomes the most natural thing in the world. What you're not prepared for is the responsibility that comes with this awakening, because when you access this level of insight and power, you can no longer pretend you don't know. You can no longer hide behind excuses. You can no longer live a small and limited life. The universe will demand that you use these gifts meaningfully. For Scorpios born between October 23rd and November 2nd, this activation will manifest primarily through an amplified capacity for healing, both of themselves and others. You will discover that you have the power to transform deep traumas into wisdom, both your own and those of those around you. For those born between November 3rd and 13th, the focus will be on the ability to manifest through focused will. You will learn to materialize desires and intentions almost instantly. And for those born between November 14th and 22nd, the activation will focus on the capacity for transformational leadership, guiding others through processes of personal rebirth. But all Scorpios will experience one thing in common: the symbolic death of who you thought you were. And I know it sounds scary, but it's the most precious gift the universe can give. Because on the other side of this death is a version of you so powerful, so authentic, so magnificently intense, that it will make your previous life seem like a pale rehearsal for the real play. Do you have the courage to die to who you are today, to be born as who you truly can become? Scorpio, there's a reason you've always felt different, marginalized, misunderstood by most people. It wasn't because there was something wrong with you. It was because you carry a different vibrational frequency, an intensity that frightens those who live on the surface of life, a depth that disturbs those who prefer to keep everything light and shallow. But this difference you've always seen as a curse is about to reveal itself as your greatest gift, your ability to dive deep where others fear to tread, your ability to transform pain into power, your courage to face truths others prefer to ignore. All of this was preparing you for what's coming next. What you're not prepared for is discovering that all the pain you've felt, all the betrayal you've experienced, all the loss you've experienced, had a greater purpose. It was forging within you an inner strength so unbreakable that nothing in the external world has the power to truly shake you. It was developing within you a capacity for regeneration that allows you to be reborn as many times as necessary. And now, the time has come to use this strength for something beyond survival. It's time to use it to create, to lead, to transform not only your own life, but the lives of everyone around you. Because an awakened Scorpio isn't just a person who has overcome their own challenges. They are a force for collective transformation. Over the next few weeks, you'll begin to notice that people feel different in your presence. Some will feel inexplicably drawn to you, as if you radiate something they need, even without knowing what it is. Others will feel uncomfortable because your heightened energy will expose all the masks and pretenses they use to protect themselves from their own truth. Don't be surprised if superficial relationships begin to naturally dissolve. Your new energetic frequency simply won't be able to sustain connections based on falsehood or convenience. But at the same time, deep and authentic relationships will emerge as if magnetically drawn to your reality. These relationships will also carry intensity, authenticity, and the courage to look at life without filters. What you need to understand is that your transformation isn't just about you. It's about the role you'll play in a much larger shift happening on the planet. Scorpios are being activated globally right now because the world needs the medicine that only you can offer, the medicine of transformation through the courage to face the shadow. While other signs offer light, you offer something even rarer, the ability to transform darkness into light, to take what's broken and create something even more beautiful, to show others that it's possible to go through hell and not only survive, but emerge stronger and wiser. Scorpio, what you're not prepared for is the magnitude of the impact you'll have on the lives of those around you. When you operate from this new frequency of power, your words will carry a transformative force. Your presence will catalyze healing processes in others. Your mere existence will inspire people to find the courage to face their own shadows and emerge transformed. But with this power comes a responsibility that may initially terrify you. You'll discover that you can no longer live irresponsibly or destructively. Every thought, every action, every choice will have amplified consequences. You'll become a living catalyst, and catalysts need to be aware of the reactions they're triggering. In the coming months, you will experience experiences that will challenge your previous understanding of what's possible. You will have dreams so vivid they will seem more real than reality itself. You will have moments of intuitive clarity so intense that you will know things you can't logically know. You will experience synchronicities so specific that it will be impossible to dismiss them as coincidence. And in each of these experiences, you'll be faced with the same choice: resist what's happening or surrender completely to the process of transformation. And here's something that may surprise you. Your resistance won't stop what's coming. It will only make the process more painful and time-consuming. The force awakening within you is greater than your conscious will. It's an evolutionary force, an ancient intelligence that knows exactly what you need to become who you came to be. And it doesn't ask for permission, it simply acts. The only real choice you have is whether you will consciously collaborate with this transformation or be swept along by it. What I can guarantee you is that on the other side of this process, there's a version of you that will make it all worth it. A version that will look back and be grateful for every difficult moment that shaped you. A version that will use your intensity not to destroy yourself, but to create beauty where others only see chaos. Scorpio, you've always known you were different. You've always felt like you carried something special, even when the world made you feel like you were wrong. Well, the time has come to discover that you were right all along. You are special. You carry within you a capacity for transformation that few possess. And now that capacity is being activated to its full potential, what you're not prepared for is realizing that every time you thought you were being destroyed, you were actually being rebuilt into a stronger version. Every time you felt like you were going to die from pain, you were learning that it's possible to experience death and be reborn. Every time you had to start over from scratch, you were developing the ability to create something from nothing. And now you will use all these skills you have developed through pain to create a life so extraordinary that it will inspire others to believe that it is also possible to transform their greatest sufferings into their greatest powers. During this activation period, you may experience some intense physical and emotional symptoms. Waves of energy that course through your body with no apparent explanation. Old emotions that emerge out of nowhere only to be finally processed and released. Insights into people and situations that arrive with a clarity that can be unsettling. Don't try to block or control these experiences. They are a necessary part of your rebirth process. Your energetic system is being upgraded to support levels of perception and power that were previously beyond your capabilities. It's as if you're being prepared to operate at a completely new frequency. And here's something that will shock you. When this activation is complete, you'll realize you've always had access to these powers. They're not being given to you from the outside. They're being unlocked from within. You've always been this powerful, transformative person. You've just been operating at a fraction of your true potential. The reason you weren't prepared for this is that no one can be prepared to discover they are far more powerful than they ever imagined. It's like discovering you've always had wings, but never knew you could fly. The first time you throw yourself off the cliff of transformation is absolutely terrifying. But when you discover you can actually fly, everything in your life changes forever. Scorpio, in the coming months, you will become a force of nature. People will sense your presence before you even enter a room. Your words will carry an energetic weight that will touch people on levels they never knew existed. Your ability to see through masks and pretenses will become so acute that it will be impossible for others to hide their true intentions from you. And you know what's most amazing? You'll discover that you don't need to use this power to intimidate or control anyone. In fact, the more powerful you become, the more compassionate and understanding you'll become. Because real power doesn't need to prove itself to anyone. Real power simply exists and radiates its presence naturally. What's about to happen to you will completely redefine your concept of possibility. Things you once considered impossible will become second nature. Capabilities you thought only existed in movies will reveal themselves as real human potentials you've always possessed. You'll discover that the difference between normal and special people isn't genetic. It's simply a matter of who had the courage to access and develop their latent powers. And you've always had that courage. You've always been the kind of person willing to dive deep where others fear to tread. You've always been able to face difficult truths and emerge transformed. You've always had the inner strength to bear the weight of being truly powerful. Now is the time to stop hiding this strength and start using it consciously. To stop pretending to be just another ordinary person and embrace your place as an agent of transformation on this planet. To stop being afraid of your own power and start celebrating it as the gift it always was. What you're not prepared for is discovering that your life can be a work of art. that you can sculpt your reality with the same precision an artist sculpts a statue, that you have the power to take the broken pieces of your existence and create something so beautiful that others will look at it and think it's impossible, but you will prove it is possible, because you are a Scorpio, and Scorpio transforms everything it touches, even itself. Over the next few weeks, pay special attention to your dreams. They will begin to carry specific messages and guidance on how to navigate this transformation. Also, pay attention to your physical reactions when you're around certain people or in certain environments. Your body is developing an energetic sensitivity that will become one of your greatest navigational tools. And most importantly, pay attention to that inner voice that whispers truths your rational mind tries to question. This voice is becoming clearer and more reliable every day. It will be your compass during this period of intense transformation. Scorpio, there's a reason you've always been drawn to mystery, to the occult, to the depths of human existence. It wasn't casual curiosity. It was your soul recognizing its own territory. You belong in the depths. It's there that you find your strength, your wisdom, your true power. And now you will discover that these depths are not the dark, haunted places the world would have you believe. They are sanctuaries of power. They are the laboratories where real transformation happens. They are the wombs where new worlds are conceived. What's about to happen to you is a homecoming, a return to your true nature, a return to the power that has always been yours, but which you were taught to fear. And when you finally accept and embrace this power fully, you'll understand why you had to go through everything you did to get here. Because power without wisdom is dangerous, and wisdom without suffering is superficial. You needed both to become the catalyst for transformation you are becoming. You needed to know the depths of pain so you could guide others through them. You needed to experience symbolic death so you could teach about rebirth. And now you have everything you need. The strength, the wisdom, the compassion, the power, all forged in the fire of real experience, not learned from books or theories. You will speak of transformation as someone who has truly transformed. You will speak of rebirth as someone who has truly been reborn. You will speak of power as someone who truly understands the weight and responsibility of possessing it. Something incredible is about to happen to you, Scorpio. And you're not ready because no one can be ready to become the most powerful version of themselves. But you are ready. You always have been. It was only a matter of time before circumstances aligned to reveal what has always existed within you. Prepare to soar. Prepare to shine. Prepare to become the force of nature you were always meant to be. The world needs what you have to offer. And finally, you are ready to offer it. If this message touched something deep within you, if it awakened memories or sensations you can't fully explain, it's because you're in tune with the energy of this transformation. Share in the comments if you felt intense changes in your perception lately, if you've been having more vivid dreams, if you've noticed people reacting differently to your presence. Subscribe to the channel, because what's happening to you now is just the beginning. You'll need guidance on how to integrate these new powers, how to use this intensity constructively, how to navigate relationships when you're operating on a completely new frequency. Turn on notifications so you don't miss any guidance that can support you in this transformation. Something incredible is happening to you. And even if you're not prepared, you'll discover that you have everything you need within you to not only survive this transformation, but to flourish through it, because you're a Scorpio, and flourishing through transformation is exactly what you do best.